Welcome to week 10 of the Courier and Daily Comets prep preview. Today we have Teddy Renoir, Matt LeBlanc here, staff writers, and final week of the season, playoffs starting next week.
Yeah, you're right, Matt. I mean, this is it. It's the final regular season games, and a lot of things still up in the air and a lot of things left to be settled.
One of those things that's up in the air, Thibodaux plays St. Aug. Thibodaux entered the season one of the hottest teams in the state, and now they're out of district. Right now, they're 29th in the Class 5A power ratings, unofficially released by the Louisiana High School Athletic Association. What's your take on that game?
Yeah, I mean, Trevon, hopefully we thought he was going to play last week. The doctors haven't released him yet, but he is officially released according to Coach Lorio, so expect him to play. They're going to need him to play. Thibodaux played a fantastic schedule, has an opportunity to get into the playoffs and maybe do something with a healthier Trevon Reed, but a loss could put them on that proverbial bubble, and you definitely don't want to be there. Having Trevon back should be inspiration, and hopefully their defense will step up. But speaking about defenses, Matt, the big game this week is in Matthews. South Lafourche, Central Lafourche, traditional rivals. What you want to say? They're going to have the pig on the spit. They're going to be tailgating since 6 o'clock in the morning. If you're not there by 5, you may have to park at Walmart and walk. South Lafourche looking to win an outright championship in District 858, the first since 1996. I want to say that they share the title with Central Lafourche, I believe. Coach Kale told me he's already roping off the track. He's expecting an overflow crowd. I guarantee the South Lafourche people are going to be tailgating at about 6 in the morning. And I'm not joking about the pig on the spit. They've been doing it the last 3 weeks. It's going to be a fantastic atmosphere and a great game. But you're looking at two teams that are mirror image of each other. Terrific defenses, powerful running games. They do it differently. Central likes that triple option, double slot option. Kobe Savoie has been the catalyst all year. Teams try to take him away, but if you do, you got Rendell Clark, you got Byron Thomas, you got the LaBeouf kid. Central's got a lot of weapons in that running game that can really attack. South Lafourche, they like to run the football. They just do it out of multiple formations. Rusty Bourne has just been the guy on the scene this year, the explosive guy. He's been the tailback that has just dominated everybody he's played. Defensively, you're looking at a secondary with Grady Fig. I'm just going on and on because you know what? They've been just too fantastic to watch this year. I really expect this to be a knockdown, drag-out fight again.
It's two schools that really don't like each other when it comes to
I'm South Lafourche, he's Central Lafourche. How you like that? I don't like him neither, but hey, that's how it is,
That's what this game is about. This is Friday Night Football, Central Lafourche, South Lafourche.
And while it is the main focus this week, there are some other big games, and you got a big one. You're going to be making a little road trip to see a very important game for the E.D. White Cardinals.
Right, E.D. White's going to be traveling to Catholic of New Iberia to close out the District 6 3A slate. And this win can give E.D. White an outright district title. They've already clinched a share of it. And E.D. White's another team similar to South Lafourche. We knew that they'd be a decent, solid football team, but I don't think anybody could have expected that they'd be this dominant right now. They've outscored their opponents 238-82. When you're holding your first 9 opponents to 82 points, you're going to win some games, and it's showing right now. They're second in the Class 3A power ratings, which, I mean, that's off the chart for a school around here. But I know you've seen E.D. White a few times. You saw them against South Lafourche earlier in the year. I don't think anybody knew that we were watching the two best teams in the area duke it out that week.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't think it was going to be the two best teams out of their area, and they really played a fantastic game. And E.D. White, I think after the first week against Vanderbilt, when they tried to run that spread and throw the ball a little bit more, I think they realized that they needed to get back to what they did best. And that's what a lot of teams in this area do best. Just pound the football with a good running back. And Dylan Ade is a fantastic running back. Grant Chaston is a great quarterback. Even though Kenny Hilliard ran for his 167 yards, I mean, they controlled him. 167 yards for Kenny Hilliard is nothing. The guy gets that in the first quarter. So, defensively, they really, really have been well. And Catholic of New Iberia is a very good team. It'll be a good test, a good, stepping point for them for the playoffs, and hopefully they can get that district crown.
Right, and we have some more games this week that will determine the playoff seeding. Right here, you have Vanderbilt Catholic this week. They're going to be traveling to Helen Cox. Right now, Vanderbilt is 21st in the latest Class 4A power ratings, so a win can really cement the playoff spot for the Terriers. Edna Carr traveling to St. James. St. James clinched a Class 3A playoff spot last week. They clinched to share the district championship. Bell Chase coming down to Ellender. Ellender looking to avoid that winless season. They've had a prolific passing game with quarterback Justin Billiard and wide receiver Jermaine Johnson, hoping that can translate into a win for them this week.
In 8-5-8, the other games we got South Terrebonne is at Assumption. A big game for the Gators right now. They're currently number 24 in the power ratings. Assumption, I know they'd like to get a win, but how about just scoring some points? They've been outscored 104-0 the last 3 games. In the other 8-5-8 game, you got Terrebonne at HF Bourgeois. They both share Tom beats Smith Stadium, but Bourgeois is going to be the home team. Terrebonne is going to be the visiting team in their own backyard. Very, very important game for Terrebonne. Currently, right now, they're number 31 in the power ratings. And I'm hoping to get 5 teams in the playoffs out of this 5A district. It'd be nice, Terrebonne and Thibodaux is going to have to do a little work this week to make sure they get in, but it's an opportunity. And Matt, a blink of an eye, the high school football season, regular season is over. I mean, it just flies by, but it's really the fun part is getting ready to start.
Oh yeah, you have these teams. All the coaches talk about one game at a time. Right now, that's what it's down to. Week 10 of the regular season.
Exactly. Well, hope you get an opportunity to get out on Friday night or even Thursday night if you're going to get Thibodaux. This is Ted Renoise with Matt LeBlanc from the press preview of the Daily Comment and Homer Courier signing off, and have a good weekend.